you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.
Hello. Welcome to Relax, a podcast starring me, Colleen Ballinger.
And me, Erik Stockland.
How you doing, wife?
I like you saying a podcast. It's not just the podcast, it's a podcast.
Yeah, it's not the podcast. It's a podcast.
Just a random podcast. Hi everyone.
How we doing?
I'm alive. How you doing, love?
I'm cooked.
You are. You know what? You look a lot better than you did yesterday.
I'm wearing this because I'm cooked.
Lovey, what needs to relax? Tell us.
Sunburn. UV indexes.
Your arms look not even sunburnt at all anymore.
You can see a definitive. If I took my shirt off for the listener,
it honestly
they would hear the sunburn.
It honestly is like a billion times better.
Yeah, I've been like putting on so much aloe, and you've been putting on so much aloe on me.
Mm-hmm.
You went and harvested fresh aloe.
I did.
From the garden.
I did.
And put it on me last night. You took care of me. That was really sweet. Flynn had a birthday party that was at a beach yesterday. And in all the social anxiety of, we've talked about before, parent interacting, I didn't think to put sunscreen on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't typically, when we go to the beach, it's like, it's not that time of day. It's not like peak UV time, but we were, and I was doing the classic thing. Every time you've ever been sunburned, I feel like it's because you're digging a hole.
Huh.
That's when I get sunburned. It's because I'm like, when I'm digging a hole at the beach. When I was a kid, I was digging a hole, got sunburned on my back.
Yeah.
This time was digging a hole the whole time with Flynn and his friends, and I'm burnt, and it hurts real bad. And I for sure got sun poisoning stroke or something.
It was brutal.
It made me throw up.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt all night. Didn't sleep very well. Hurt all day today. I don't want any clothes on my body.
Yeah.
So all the burn is exposed.
Probably
doesn't show up. Probably can't see.
It looks a billion times better. Honestly, like it literally doesn't even look like a burn.
It was purple.
It was purple. It was bad.
It was.
Yesterday, we left. Well, when we got to the beach, Flynn and I put on sunscreen, and Erik just opted out, which you often do. Like when we get to the beach, I usually go, here's sunscreen, and he's like, and you either do or don't. It's kind of 50-50.
You're selling me short, because what I was doing, the dad thing of when you park and then you have to go find the pay parking thing and put in the license plate number and then come back to the car and put the thing on the dashboard so you don't get a parking ticket. It was that kind of a parking lot. So I was doing all that dad stuff while you guys were sunscreening up. And then it was like we were already late to the party. So it was just like, we'll get there. I brought the sunscreen with us in a bag. So I was like, I just figured I would do it down there. And then I was instantly in conversations about.
And then when we reapplied sunscreen,
I don't know.
You still didn't. I think you're used to it because you do tan easily. And we do go to the beach so often.
I am Irish. I burn easily.
Well, I just know that whenever we go to the beach, I'd say it's like 50% of the time you usually opt out of it just because like it doesn't affect you. Like for me, like I know I've had really horrible sunburns and I like don't ever want them again.
I've had horrific sunburns in my life, way worse than
this one.
When we normally go to the beach, we can't really go until like 5 p.m.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's normally how it happens. Yeah, I remember like a sunburn in a very similar. So I was wearing like a tank top. And so I have an impression of a red tank top on or a white tank top on my body. Like it's really, and that's what happened to me when I was a kid. My worst sunburn ever was on the Cape May ferry takes you from New Jersey to Delaware. And man, blisters.
Oof.
Like the whole, like instantly. Oh, it was
horrible.
the first day of family vacation.
Oh, come on. That's
so
horrible.
Then the rest of the time, a beach vacation, you know what I mean? And we were in Fenwick Island, Ocean City, Maryland kind of area. And I had to wear a shirt to the beach the whole time. But, the sunburn is under the shirt. So it's very uncomfortable. And you're a kid, so you're going in the ocean and getting sandy. It was,
sounds horrible.
It's traumatic. Burned in my
Well, after the party, we got in the car yesterday. And I just looked at Erik and I was like, oh,
because we didn't notice.
We didn't notice it at the beach.
You don't notice it when it's happening.
And then we got in the car and I just gasped and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know. You're like, what? And I was like, you are going to be in so much pain later. Oh,
I think I was also wearing like rose tinted sunglasses too. So like everything looked kind of red.
Oh man, it was so bad. But yeah, I just immediately got home and started cutting the aloe plant and putting pieces of aloe in the fridge. It took the kids. I was like, let's go get aloe plant for daddy. And we like,
but it was more, so my body is dealing with all of that. But at the same time, like, I think it was like the exhaustion of like the whole weekend, everything. I just by 10 p.m. I was like, I think I need to throw up.
Honestly, like your arms don't even look red anymore.
They do. It's the light. It's the lighting. It's because there's a light.
Compared to yesterday.
If we went like outside and you looked,
it was like highlighter neon, brightest, glow in the dark red, purple.
I'm a big. You should wear sunscreen. You definitely should. I put it on all our kids. Like I'm a little bit loosey goosey with it, but like
not anymore.
Not anymore. Today I was like Googling. So I noticed some of the other dads are wearing like long sleeve hooded shirts, like beach hoodies, like it's like because it's a hot day, but people are like wearing like thin, super thin, kind of like. I don't know what you would call it, like Viore, like Lululemon kind of material hoodies. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe I need that.
I don't know. Or sunscreen.
And sunscreen on top of that. Yeah. I think I saw a TikTok.
Okay.
You love that?
That's great.
That said sunscreen's bad for you because it goes into like your bloodstream or something.
Probably. I mean everything's bad for you.
To be honest, like sunscreen's probably terrible for you, right? Like it's just a chemical we put.
I mean, it's better than the sun giving you skin cancer.
It was an old man. I couldn't tell if it was like AI, but let's say it was an AI old man doctor who was like, never put sunscreen on your kids. It goes straight into their bloodstream.
What? Come on. No way. That can't, sure.
But I'm sure then it was selling some product with it. It's like 10 times more expensive than sunscreen. That is like,
Well, I'm sure there's chemicals in it, but then if you're worried about that, I'm sure there's also sunscreens that are not full of chemicals and whatever.
Yeah.
But
by the way, our kid was wearing like a full sleeves,
of course,
kind of swimsuit, but that has UV in it and also sunscreen.
Yeah, and we reapplied it a couple times.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry, Lovey. It was brutal. I was like, I made black tea last night, and then after the tea was like warm and seeped in there, then I like put ice in it to make like an iced tea. But then I just soaked a huge like towel.
Where'd you get that?
I soaked a huge towel in the black tea, and then put a cold, wet black tea rag all over your shoulders.
Yeah, I remember that.
I read online like black tea. Something about it helps sunburns. I was looking up any remedy because I've been sunburned so painful, and I just didn't want you to have to.
Do you remember your worst one? I told you my worst sunburn.
I don't remember what happened. It was just, I grew up at the beach, so it's like
so it happened.
Sunburns happened often, but I've had a few sunburns that were so painful that I remember just like crying in the shower, trying to sleep because I was like sweating so bad and like it hurt. Everything hurt, and I was tired. It just makes you tired and groggy and. Miserable.
To me, you as a beach kid or beach adolescent, I feel like you'd be super tan. Like
I was very tan.
The way you look to me, you look like you're.
Yeah, I was very tan in the summer, but not anymore. Now I'm like a pasty white little girl. Like I'm very, very, very much white. I don't tan at all anymore. And if I do, I feel like if I do get a little bit tanner, I just look older. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like it makes me look wrinklier.
I don't know that I've ever known you tan.
Probably not. I don't really get tan anymore. But when I was in high school, I was obsessed with it because back in my high school days, no one cared about skin cancer, which is stupid, but we didn't care about, I didn't, we kind of knew like, put on sunscreen, but like we didn't really care and didn't think that much about it. Of course, now looking back, I'm like, oh, you dumb little idiot. Like, put on your sunscreen because of skin cancer wrinkles. Yeah. But anyway, I loved going to the beach all through high school. We went all summer long. I'd wake up and I wouldn't even put on regular clothes. I'd just put on a bikini and like we'd drive to the beach and just lay there all day and like boogie board. I would boogie board, body surf, and lay out.
That's to me as like growing up an Atlantic Ocean person, I don't understand that about you Pacific Ocean people. Like the Pacific Ocean is so cold.
Yeah.
It's freezing to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's freezing. 58 degrees like tops. To whereas like Atlantic, like you could go in it, you could be comfortable. Like
except the fact that you guys have the craziest like you get stung every time you go in the ocean by jellyfish.
Lots of jellyfish and sure, but
I'd take cold over that.
But I mean, you think about California and you think about like all the beach TV shows and movies and whatever. Like you can't go in the water without a wetsuit. Like you can't.
I never have owned a wetsuit my whole life, and I grew up in California.
You have to be an idiot kid. You can't go in the people do those cold. It's like doing a cold plunge. It's like doing an ice bucket challenge.
It's really honestly not bad in the summer. Like
it is.
It's not.
I would never.
I wouldn't do it now.
Go in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean, and even in the summer on the hottest day. Maybe like to like my knees. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on where you are because we're kind of more central-ish, northern south part of Southern California, or the northern part of the south part of California. But if you go down to San Diego, and especially down like Mexico area and over in Hawaii, like the water's a lot warmer than it is.
I don't live in San Diego or Mexico.
I know, but you keep saying the Pacific Ocean. Not all the Pacific Ocean is like that.
Well, that's like the equator. That's it's not.
Still the Pacific Ocean. If you go to the Pacific Ocean, it's not all of it.
I know,
it's
but
not
obviously
cold.
like the water. In Southern California, Central Southern California, whatever.
I think San Diego's probably warmer. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
But even LA, like,
LA beaches are poo.
like, well, yeah, and Baywatch is like bullshit because like you would need a wetsuit. Like you wouldn't do that.
I, again, never had a wetsuit.
Crazy to me. I don't know.
Grew up here. I went to the beach constantly in high school and in college
And
too.
like swam?
Yeah. In the summer, it's nice when it's super hot. It's like it's cold. It's nice. It's
You
lovely.
just get over it initially?
Yeah. You have to just jump in. You just get in.
Well, I've obviously done it,
Yeah.
but
It's
I don't
fun.
know.
Not anymore. I wouldn't do it now. I'd rather do anything else.
Sharks. I don't know.
Nah, you're fine. Just wear sunscreen. That's the ticket. Wear sunscreen.
Yeah,
love.
I'm very burnt. So I'm wearing. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, Colleen, it's an NBA jersey
Okay.
of what was my favorite player growing up, Reggie Miller.
NBA. That's basketball.
Yes, and he played for the Indiana
Lions.
Pacers.
Okay. Great.
Is that what? Because they kept a good pace.
I don't know.
I actually don't know why they were called that and what that means.
I don't either.
But he was my favorite player, so I liked that team. And so this jersey that I'm wearing, this actual garment, was my 6th grade graduation present, and I still have it. Do you see how?
That's cool, love.
It was a fancy thing to me to have like an actual NBA player jersey and my favorite player's jersey. And so it was my 6th grade graduation present from my parents. I've kept it this entire time.
That's cool.
So it's very old, and they're currently in the playoffs, although that player has since retired, and I've not kept up with the NBA whatsoever. But I used to love it when it was Reggie Miller.
Girls or boys?
Boys. Reggie Miller, Rick Smits, Jermaine O'Neal, like when they were playing and Reggie was hitting threes. Do you know what a 3-pointer is?
When you shoot a basket from outside of the U shape.
Yeah, the line. Yeah. And yeah. In any case, so now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Knicks, which is like what I like hated growing up because they would always lose to the Knicks. Like
of course.
Starks and
So
Patrick
annoying.
Ewing and all those people. But I haven't been watching NBA because there's lots of like acting in it now. I feel more so than when I was a kid. They purposefully get fouled and go like, oh, I got fouled. You know what I mean? And like the game seems to me
They pretend to be like wimps.
to get like bumped into. Like a lot of it is performative, like acting like you got hurt by someone who like barely
What?
touches you. I swear to God. And every NBA game I've watched recently is almost unwatchable because it's not like a fluid game of basketball. It's constant fouls and whistles. And
It sounds like watching toddlers play.
Now they need to take free throw shots. Yeah, it's pretty insane. And this is what I know that the target audience of people listening to our podcast, if they are, what they want to hear about is the NBA playoffs.
Definitely.
Specifically from the
MNBA.
The late 90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah, the MNBA.
What's that?
The men's national basketball.
They just call it NBA. They don't call it WNBA. WNBA is what we call it.
W's for the women. So it's MNBA is what I said. You're talking about the MNBA?
Was this some sort of feminist take on the NBA?
No, I'm just clarifying which one you're talking about.
I'm talking about the NBA.
The MNBA. The men's, not the women's.
Well, NBA is, it's men's, and when it's WNBA, it's Caitlin Clark.
No, well, W is saying women's, so you need to say men's if you're going to say women's. Like, it's all the NBA, right? Because they're all
the
National Basketball Association,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to clarify if it's the men or the women.
To clarify, yes, it's
men shouldn't be the default.
It's the MNBA. It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
MNBA. You're just WNBA rolls off the tongue.
It does. It does.
Absolutely does not.
It does. And I honestly, like, as a person from Connecticut, since I grew up in Connecticut and UConn women's basketball, I love women's basketball. It's like I'm a fan of that sport. Mm-hmm. Don't really watch WNBA, but I'm always interested to see like when their players then go there.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, of course.
Paige Buchers.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Totally.
Sue Bird.
Yeah, Sue Bird. Super.
Basketball.
You're not going to like what I'm about to say.
Can I say just the last thing about this?
Oh, yeah, sure. I didn't know you were done.
I tried
Not
out.
done.
I wore this to try out for freshman basketball in my high school.
Did you win?
And I think because I wore it, you could tell the coach was like, "Oh, he must know ball.
Did you get in?
He must game." And I did not make the team.
Oh,
No,
no, I'm sorry.
I didn't. No, it wasn't my sport.
I'm sorry.
But I love playing it. And then you got to tell me something I hate.
No, it's not something you hate. It's just gonna
It's gonna upset me. Am I the relax? Am I your relax?
No. I have to pee so bad, so I need to pause to go pee. And that's what I was gonna say is gonna annoy you because we kind of just started and I already have to go pee. Sorry, I'm recovering from UTI.
Okay, we're gonna go there.
I gotta go pee. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We don't want to complicate that.
Okay. Goodbye. Be right back in 1 second. Okay, Lovey. Thank you for letting me go pee. I feel much better.
How was it?
It was so fun. I got a comment on my vlog channel from someone that said, has anyone ever told Erik that he looks like Andrew McCarthy?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but
you don't.
But I looked him up and I was like, no, he doesn't. But then I saw a young picture of him and yes, he does.
I think what happened is now, yeah, I'm older now, but like, so when I first moved to LA and I would go in for auditions, every single, and I'm not exaggerating, every single casting director would say, you know who you remind me of. And I would finish the sentence for them because they would all say it.
That's
They would
crazy.
say
I
young
don't know
Andrew
who this person
McCarthy.
is.
Over and you really don't?
And you've never told me you have a doppelganger, but you literally do because this picture of him, I'll show the camera.
Did you not watch movies in the 80s?
Love, have I ever watched
They
movies
know who
ever?
Andrew
Hold
McCarthy
on. Why
is.
is it not working? I know, but I'm trying to show a specific photo of
Weekend at Bernie's?
Why is it not showing?
Mannequin?
It won't focus on it. Hello, camera. Get a life. There we go. Okay, so there you can see this picture if you're watching. That picture does look like you.
I don't think it really looks like me, but I think we had like similar hair.
No, it's a face shape, lip shape.
We looked a little bit alike, but also like the way, if you see him in these movies, we're like a similar.
You look very alike.
We're like a similar type. Like we played the similar, like me and him, if we were the same age, would go up for the same kinds of roles that, we would be right for the same kinds of roles. So every casting director, including one who called me her Andrew. She was like, "You're my Andrew McCarthy," and she would bring me in for things, for producers for things. That's how I got a couple of the shows that I was on. Was from her. She literally called me.
This
her
literally
Andrew
looks
McCarthy.
like you. Only the pictures of him as at an older age doesn't look anything like you, but that looks like you, Love.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's one of like the Brat
Look at
Pack.
this.
Do you know what that is, Love?
No.
You don't know what the Brat Pack was?
What's the Brat Pack?
The Brat Pack was like what they called, which is, I think they hated it. And I think Andrew McCarthy actually made a documentary about being called the Brat Pack because it kind of ruined all of their careers. But it was just like
Was he a brat?
No, it's just what they called like this young group of actors who like were all kind of in the same things. So I know he does documentaries now and acts a lot. But like his
Dude, he looks so much like you when he was younger.
Yeah, you never saw Pretty in Pink?
No.
Weekend at Bernie's you never saw?
No.
Mannequin you never saw?
No.
That's crazy to me, Love.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think he's a great actor. And I think we honestly have like similar styles of acting even and kind of looked enough alike that, yeah, everybody would say that to me. You got a comment about that, huh? That's
yeah,
funny.
I did. And I didn't know who it was. I was like, who's that? So I looked him up and I was like, he doesn't look like him. But then I saw a young picture of him. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I never knew you had a doppelganger.
Why
I don't
would
have
I bring
a
that up?
doppelganger.
Yeah, I don't know that I would bring that up to you. You don't have a doppelganger?
No, tell
Saint
me.
Elmo's Fire?
Tell me who's my
Pretty in
doppelganger.
Pink. Man, yeah, Less Than Zero. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's awesome. Like,
cool.
and I always thought in the back of my head, like, I hope he would like get something and they need to cast his son. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But then I think
exactly like him.
his actual son is an actor.
Oh, okay.
So they can do that.
Well, speaking of acting styles, I have something to show you.
Okay.
You've seen it before. Speaking of your acting style in particular, I was looking through my emails for something, and I don't even know what now because I got so distracted. But I was looking for something in my emails, and for some reason, emails are all messed up now that the phones did the update. And I searched something and all of a sudden popped up Steve Little's Audition for Haters Back Off. And I watched it and I was like, this is so incredible. And but then I was like, well, now I need to go watch Erik's. And, we've seen that one many a time, as specifically our chemistry read. But what I haven't watched in a long time was your original Audition.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can watch that.
Well, I have it on my phone.
Oh, no.
You don't want to watch it?
Yeah. I've seen the chemistry read a bunch because you showed it to me and you like,
me too.
We talked about you or you put it in something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
You might have, because I know that we all reacted to like you and Angela and Francesca came over and you guys all
I remember
watched.
you made that video.
So maybe you watched it in that, or maybe you watched the chemistry read. I
No,
don't remember what we watched.
I think you used the chemistry read. I don't think I've ever, I don't know if that's true.
Well, the lighting is horrific. You can't even see you. I remember like that was a big problem with it was we were like.
I remember every single thing about that day.
You do?
Yeah. I remember where I parked, where I had to park.
Yeah.
I remember like the drive. I remember it was very early. It was very far away from my apartment.
Was it early? Was it like 10 or something?
It was like 10. It was very far from my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that this weird building that wasn't a normal. It was just like you guys had rented some random office with like a crazy view of like the valley. Like so, like it's like you guys all sitting at a table, and then there's just this very bright, desolate view of like Van Nuys, California behind you. I remember that one of my manager's other clients was going in for a different role right before me. And it was just me and him sitting there. Yeah. So my one of my manager's other clients was going in for Uncle Jim. And I remember like us both sitting there, like, like a nod, but like I was very focused.
Yeah.
I remember I went into the women's bathroom because like the bathrooms weren't clearly marked. And I was in
They were.
Yeah,
they were definitely clearly marked.
In the state of like a kind of, nervous energy for me, they were not marked well enough.
Right.
And so I remember being in a stall, being like, why is there no urinals in here? And being in a stall and then hearing someone come in and being like, and like sneaking out of there. It was a whole thing to then go into a room of, and to see your face for the first time.
Yeah, but I don't remember the whole day. I remember we did so many auditions that day. And I know that you were the first to come in for Patrick. Very first person we saw for Patrick.
I was the first?
Yes.
I don't know that I ever knew that I was the absolute.
You were the first person to audition for Patrick. And I remember going like, he's the last one we need to see. Like it was over. And all of us felt that way. Every producer, you walked out of the room and we all were like, that's Patrick, period. Like we don't need to see anyone else. We obviously saw a lot of people for Patrick, a lot of great actors, like great, incredible, hilarious, wonderful actors, but they weren't Patrick.
I can't believe you cast
You were it was like, you were exactly what I envisioned in my mind for Patrick. But I do have the audition. Do you want to watch it?
Sure.
Are you too spooked?
It's kind of like
look how cute and little you are. So
like
I'll try to have it put on the screen so that you guys can watch along with us. Unless you don't want them to see it.
I remember like picking out that like chaotic outfit too.
I remember. Yeah. Okay. So you picked out a chaotic outfit and then
I still have that like eagle kind of like Hawaii button up and that car. I still have all those clothes. Okay.
But I know that you wore the same thing for the chemistry read.
Skinny. Yeah. Well, yeah. That was like there's like a superstition thing there. You're like, well, I wore that for the audition. I'm not gonna like mess it up by wearing something different. So I would like just wear the same thing.
Yeah.
If I got a call back, like I always did that.
Okay, so we'll watch this. Hold on, I'm trying to decide if we should watch the whole thing or not because it's kind of longer. Because you do a couple scenes.
Like a smidge. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Are you gonna put this video on?
Yeah, I'll put on. All right, so we'll put it on the screen, hopefully, for you guys to see it with us. Here we go.
Yes, perfect. Listen, Patrick, I have a business opportunity that I think you'd be just perfect for.
Oh. Okay, so I think I'm going to get really busy with Ice Cream Bike. I think the fog's going to let out for an hour this afternoon. We're going to see a big influx in sales.
Okay, listen, forget all of that.
You're so
Patrick,
cute.
what I'm about to tell you is for your eyes only. Miranda is about to start her world tour. Starts tonight. Big gig in Seattle. Only thing is, she needs a roadie.
I'll do it.
I got it. It is long hours with no pay.
Fine.
You'll probably sweat in small dressing rooms with Miranda and be forced to do whatever she
Yes!
In the room laughing so hard at you.
I've never seen this.
I'm your roadie.
It's a tough job.
It's the best job.
Right?
Oh, it's so sincere. It's so sweet. I mean, we could keep watching and watching. It's long. I mean, I've got like a 5-minute clip of you doing this audition, doing a few scenes. Yes. But I just think that is the sweetest little moment of your audition where you're. It's so perfect because it's like your timing is so good when he's like, Miranda's going to go on a world tour and she needs a roadie. You cut him off. You're all, I'll do it. But it's not huge and big. It was just like, I'll do it. Like he was so serious, you know? Mm-hmm. And then like they'll do it and then like, it's fine. Like it really, it's so good. Oh, it's so cute. I love it so much.
Because COVID like ruined a lot of like the casting process. Like, can you imagine like if that was all an audition tape or like over Zoom? You know what I mean? Because that's what it is now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that would have happened? You would have had the same reaction? Like, I don't know that I would have given the same performance. Like, you know what I mean? If over Zoom, like, would you have been able to see
I don't know.
that?
I think that like, honestly, I think this might not be interesting to anyone out there who's not like an actor in the industry, but I think that for the acting industry, that COVID and having to do self-tapes has changed the outcome of a lot of shows, because I know for me, like having people in the room when people were auditioning there was such an impact because you could feel like the energy of someone and their vibe or whatever. Whereas like, so when we would like someone, if we saw them on tape, because for people who weren't the big roles, we would see them on tape. And then if we liked them, sometimes we'd have them come in for some whatever. Yeah. But like Steve Little put himself on tape first, and so did Francesca. Uh-huh. They were on tape before they didn't come in, you know, at first. And when I saw their tapes, I was like, I don't know. And it was because they weren't there. And then when I saw them in person, it was like, oh yeah, of course. You know, it was like, hello. So I think that there are people that might get overlooked on tape that like in person have this magnetic energy that makes more sense. Yeah, like, or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how it would have affected
it's
you.
It's so weird to not have that. And obviously things have, I don't know. It's like to not have that experience anymore, that feeling anymore. Like watching that made me be like, oh, they really don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you haven't gotten in a room for so long. You do everything self-tape for you now.
I took all 3 kids last week. Because you were work to let you do something, you know what I mean, like to be sweet and like let you like, you know, have a second. I took all 3 kids and I took them to get smoothies at this smoothie place, and the girl working there was like, "Hey, are you from Haters Back Off?" Mm-hmm. And it surprised me because it had been a minute since someone had said that. And I was like, "Yeah, hi, you know, nice to meet you, whatever, so and so." But it was just so crazy to be like, I'm there with like our 3 kids, 3, so many.
Yeah.
Getting smoothies. Yeah, it's funny that you talked about that because I put the bike there today. There's the bike.
I know, how weird. I didn't even make that connection until you just said that.
Yeah, well, me and Flynn will frequently on the weekends, we'll like, one of our games is mechanic. Well, we'll both pretend to be mechanics and like fix up something. And one of the props that you had shipped from Canada and kept as a gift to me is the original Patrick bicycle from the show. And it had been collecting spider webs and all the tires were flat, and it was but like, so we mechanicked it this weekend and got it rolling. And I was like,
great.
That's where I'll put the puppets.
Well, I didn't even make that connection. That's just
I'm feeling so nostalgic now.
Oh, I cannot wait to show you more.
That was kind of cool. That was kind of like motivating in a way. It's like,
it's so good. It's such a good audition. It's so cute. And I only showed you guys like 5 seconds of it, but like,
I was such a different person then. Like, my mind was so different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. It's so crazy to watch that now, knowing that like we're married and have 3 kids, thinking back to me then and going like, I would have never in a million years when you came in and did that.
I'll say about that.
Have predicted that.
So I'll say about that performance. I did not know you. I did not know the Miranda character. I had only had the script, and I was like, I don't know how big to go. Obviously, if you watch that take, it's like pretty broad. You know what I mean? It's not like it's.
But there's such sincerity to it.
It's broad, but like with sincerity. So like you know, trying like playing it comedically broad, but like having genuine, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so that is such a fine line. And when you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? You walk in there and do you have any questions? Like, I don't know. I think I have a take, but like, you know, let me know if you have any adjustments. And you just kind of take a swing. and to have what I did be like, oh, and everybody be like, that's exactly what we saw. It's kind of crazy.
Did you walk out of the room thinking like, I crushed that, I got it?
No.
You didn't?
No. I mean, at that point, I remember that pilot season, I was auditioning a lot for a lot of pilots. And I remember like then doing the chemistry read and then there being an offer from you guys and my agents then being like, oh, we can use this offer as leverage for other jobs. So they kept me auditioning for other pilots saying, well, he's got an offer for this Netflix pilot. So you're going to want, they were like, tried to use it as leverage. And I was like, no. I don't want to do more auditions. I want to do that. I want to do that show. I like that script. I really want to do that. And they were kind of pushing me to like, to keep auditioning for pilots because I think, I don't know how it is now, but like Netflix was not paying. Paying like networks were. So they and people see money. So they were kind of like, we don't care, we'll use it as leverage for like another show or whatever. But yeah, it was, but so I was auditioning for so many things at that point that you have to like bury it. You have to like, you walk out and you have to immediately throw the sides in the trash and move on because there's so much rejection. Like, you know what I mean? You need to like, so the game to me came to be like, maybe I had a good feeling about it, but like, that would be the end. You know what I mean? Cause you can't let your mind go further than that for like self-preservation. So like, I would be like, yeah, it was a good audition. Like, but and now I'm going to throw out the sides and move on. And that was it. That was like the end game. That was the job is auditioning and feeling like you had a good audition and moving on, not like actually getting paid for it.
You're right.
Because there's so many times you don't get it.
I feel like you came in for the chemistry read like the next day or the day after. Like it was
within the same week, and I remember it was strange because I just tested for a Fox pilot, and it was just me and another guy, which was rare because I remember for when the ABC show I did, Mistresses, there was like 6 guys that I tested against, and we were all sitting in the same room. And then did like the network test, and then for the Fox one, it was like just me and this other guy, and we were very different types, and me and him got to like bond over that one of us was going to get this TV show. But then with yours, I remember them saying you're the only one that's chemistry reading.
Yeah. I didn't need to see anyone else.
Which gave me a little bit of confidence to like just do whatever. And then
I was like, he doesn't need to do a chemistry read, just cast him. Well, I thought it was fun to go and look at all of those I didn't look at everything. I looked at your audition and Steve's, and then I got distracted by kids or whatever. But I meant to show that to you last night. Last night you weren't feeling well, your sunburn.
No.
And so I made like a steak dinner and like displayed it all cute. And I was like, kind of come in and like come in here. And I set it all up, and I was going to be like, look at this cool audition. I was going to show you Steve's callback because it's like so funny.
Yeah.
And I was going to watch it. We're going to eat our steak dinner together. But he was gone. He was like up on the bathroom floor, just so sad. Needed help. So we didn't watch it. So, but I was
poisoned by the sun.
But it's kind of worked out, like, because now we got to do it on the podcast, which we wouldn't have if you didn't have your sunburn. So your sunburn made it so they could all see that little bit of your stinky. Oh,
stingy.
Yeah. So, but that's why they all got to see it, because of your sunburn.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so fun.
That was fun to watch.
Yes.
Sure.
Did you have more relaxes, Lovey?
I had one. The iPhone update is silly to me.
It's horrific.
It's pretty bad, right, guys? But one thing I can't figure out is that like the sounds are all mixed up. Like I can never hear when I get a text message.
You've never been able to hear.
And then when I turn it off sound, I can't feel it. So I don't know. I have to get into the settings and like figure out like why I can't hear or feel text messages. But the thing that drives me crazy is I was saying where I got sunburned. We were at a birthday party for one of our kids' friends, and there was like this cool moment where like you found this giant crab,
huge.
Dead crab, but it looked like it was from like Deadliest Catch.
What kind of crab was it? Flint
he said it was a sheep crab, but this thing was like 20 pounds and like
huge
and like wild. And so I was like taking a bunch of pictures. And I'm in, with all the other parents, whatever, and it's just doing the camera sound.
Ew, how embarrassing!
And I'm like, that is the worst thing, is that when you have a phone and you're taking a picture, it makes the sound of a camera clicking.
Right.
I don't think that should even be an option.
Yeah.
And I don't know who would want that. Because it's like I don't know how to make that be permanently off. Like I don't know enough about iPhones and settings or whatever. But I don't think that should be an option. It shouldn't be a thing.
Right.
I don't think anybody wants it. I don't think anybody's taking a picture and wants like also audio recognition that they've taken the picture. Like, you can see you've taken the picture, like the screen kind of clicks. So we're double dipping here. Like, there shouldn't be a sound for it.
Yeah.
And let alone there shouldn't be a sound to where it's like, this is not the sound a phone would make if it was taking a picture. This is the sound a camera would make if we're taking a picture, but it's not a camera, it's a phone.
Yeah.
But the same thing with typing in text messages. Why does it sound like right? You're not. You're touching like a screen. It's so I don't know. Let go of it. We're not. These things don't make sounds anymore.
The iPhone update, those things always existed. Nothing to do with the iPhone update. But the iPhone update is trash.com. I hate the iPhone or the iPhoto settings of the new update. They're so bad.
What about yours? When you like go to when you do like towards the right of the screen, and you scroll down, so you're like looking for like, oh, I want to like turn off Bluetooth or turn on Bluetooth or whatever.
Oh yeah, and it's all different.
And now it's like all these weird things where it says a heart one and a whatever. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it's horrible.
And it seems so unnecessary.
Yeah, it's horrible. I hate the update.
I
It's
feel
so
like I
bad.
can't, every time I go to like look for an app, I'm scrolling through and it's a page of 20 apps or however many fit on a screen. I can never find it. And I always have to go to like the search to type in the
Yeah, me
app I'm
too.
looking for because but I'm only using like 6 of them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in reality, I have all these apps, but I'm only really using like 6 of them. How come I can never find them? I have to then search for them because
Right.
it's like they're all, maybe that's me. Maybe that's on me.
No,
maybe
that's how it
that's
is.
bad phone management. All
I think
of this.
maybe we're just getting old. I don't know.
Is this old person?
I think we're kind of having an old
Things-
person conversation.
Yeah.
We might be. But
It
it's
keeps
true.
happening.
Yeah. Us getting older keeps happening.
Well, no, I keep being like frustrated by things, whatever, and I'm like, and it's an old person thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
Ugh.
But it's true. I mean, the iPhone update is real obnoxious. Can I tell you something that I think needs to relax?
Please.
So there was this girl on TikTok that I just happened upon my For You page, and she's kind of talking about her life story. She's just a charming girl, whatever, and she has a glass eye or like a fake eye or whatever. And because she had cancer when she was little and she lost her eye when she had cancer. And she just said kind of in passing, and I was like, wait, what? She said, well, yeah, she had like a GoFundMe to raise money to get the eye because insurance didn't cover it because they considered it a cosmetic, like, what's it called? A cosmetic procedure, but it was a elective cosmetic procedure. She lost her eye from cancer as a child, and she had to pay for a new eyeball. Is that not the most horrific, awful thing? Like, America, what the hell? And meanwhile, men like, my wiener doesn't work right, and it's covered. Like, my wiener doesn't get hard when I want it to, and that's covered? But not like a child losing their eyeball from cancer? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
but
it's
she
a good
kind of said it-
relaxed love. The American health insurance.
I mean, yeah, we could
system
go
is a
on
real
and
good
on about it, but
relaxed. No, for real though. Like, I mean,
but man, I was like,
every other country,
Excuse
it's healthcare is a right, and then it's but
I just could. She wasn't complaining about it. She wasn't like saying like, oh, this is so lame. She was just like, oh, she just said it factually, like, oh, it's not covered by insurance. And she kind of said it like jokingly. She's like, it's considered an elective cosmetic procedure anyway. She just kind of keeps talking about it. But like, I was like, what? How is that true? And it made me think about, I mean, that is horrific. That's so awful. That's so lame. But I feel so bad for her that she had to go through that, and that medical insurance is so stupid in America. But I remember when do you remember this? Wesley, when he was 2 months old, he had to get surgery, and it was like a hernia surgery. He had to deal with. And it was the doctors and the surgeon. Everyone said like he has to have this. This is pretty common for NICU baby boys, like that they get this procedure done, and he has to have it. And if he does, it's like very dangerous if he doesn't. Like he literally has to have it. Could result in really bad worst case scenario situation. And so we were trying to get him in to get the procedure, and we were trying to schedule it, but we couldn't. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't
Yes.
schedule it because they were like, we're having an issue with your insurance. So we called our insurance. We had really good insurance at the time. And they were like, that's not covered. It's an elective cosmetic procedure. And I was like, he's 2 months old. Like this is not an elective cosmetic procedure. I'm not hoping to go get a surgery for him. This is something the doctors are telling me he has to have, or worst case scenario could happen. So I called the doctors. They're like, it's because it's not an emergency. Like, and I was like, how does it get covered then? Like, how do I get it covered? Because obviously surgery is expensive. And they were like, well, it has to become an emergency situation. So like if something ruptures in him and you're rushed to the ER and he's dying, then it would be covered. What? What's wrong with our country? It's crazy. So
the important thing that you're forgetting is that like we go through all this and it's okay because it's so billionaires don't have to pay taxes. So it's just so billionaires don't have to pay taxes. I mean, that's why. So billionaires can get tax cuts.
What does that have to do with the medical?
It has to do with why none of this has ever changed in our country. Why, you know what I mean? Where do you think the money go?
Yeah, but I'm so confused. Yeah, well, I mean, billionaires, like F that. Like, I'm not a fan of that billionaires, but I just didn't know that was the reason. I'm just talking about the
priorities of like of people making budgets for things and that are in charge, the powers that are in charge of all that.
I don't know I'm a dummy dum when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't understand it all, but I do know that like, I don't know who's to blame for it. I don't know if it's the billionaires or whatever, but it seems like our government is really lame sauce and isn't making sure that people have access to medical procedures that they literally need to survive. Like, it's so weird that that's not like covered. Like a little girl losing her eyeball to cancer, like they're like, that's a cosmetic. That's like getting a boob job. You can't like pay for it yourself. Like what? Our little tiny baby who's like, if his organs might explode and burst and rupture, but like that's a cosmetic elective procedure. What are you talking about? Super bananas. That's anyway.
We could have had Bernie Sanders, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I just know that
but instead we got this.
Well, yeah, but it's been like this all like, you know.
It has.
I'm not fighting for we have currently, and this is not a political podcast. I'm not here to talk about politics at all, but I'm just saying like it seems like this has been an issue for a very long time. That like, why aren't we fixing this one? Like,
yeah, it is interesting. Like that we're the only country that has this system.
And even like when the twins were in the NICU, like how many dollars it was, the bill that came, and luckily we had insurance. But I'm like, what if someone had twins and didn't have health insurance?
I'm sure they do.
They have health insurance?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure that happens. I'm sure
they do. They would be stuck with like a $500,000 to $1 million bill.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was crazy. It was like, I have to vent about that somewhere. And here's the place to do it, I guess.
Yeah. I wanted to say happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. It was, I think
we did Easter last.
Right. And then
coming up 4th of July? I
mean, no, so it was 82 degrees today.
Ugh, gross.
But what that means in our home and for all I know across the country is that a happy romper season to all who celebrate.
Happy
and
romper
here it
season.
Comes because this is the first day that I've seen it.
I've been wearing rompers for a week, so
this week it started. Romper season, for those who don't celebrate, is when Colleen picks a certain kind of
my full birth name
clothing. She buys it in 12 different colors.
Uh-huh.
And it's romper season, baby. It's what you wear for the next 4 to 5 months. This is all I will see my wife in is this one outfit in 12 different colors. I don't know much about garment fashioning, but it looks to me like to be like just 2 pieces of fabric, then they just got to sew it together right there.
Oh yeah, baby.
It seems very loose and comfortable. Mm-hmm. But this is it. This is all I get for the next 5 months.
Yeah, I discovered these rompers.
But in every color.
When I was pregnant with Flynn is when I started. I was like,
it's
wait
been
a minute.
years.
I'm wearing a thin blanket of joy.
Yeah.
But it's been years. I go from winter, which is leggings and baggy sweatshirts, to summer, which is
romper,
like a bandeau tank kind of bra tank top.
What's
thing.
bandeau?
Like I didn't mean bandeau, but like a bandeau bra is like. But it's not what I meant.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Okay.
But it's like a tank top bra kind of thing.
Sure.
And a romper.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you what, it's one of the most neurodivergent things about me.
I saw you today. We're outside, and I kind of like noticed it. And I was like, oh, romper season. I was like,
It's romper
like,
season,
cheering on.
man.
And you're like, oh yeah, baby.
The clothes and fashion stress me out so much. I don't understand it. I don't know what's fashionable, what's cool, what looks good on my body versus other people's body, what we are supposed to wear, what we're not supposed to wear. And if I do find an outfit that I'm like, oh, I think that's fashionable and something I should wear, it's not comfortable or convenient. And so this is just something that I know will fit me, and it's convenient and it's very comfortable in the hotness of summer. And so why not just wear this every day? I can be a cartoon. Cartoons are allowed to wear the same thing every day.
Play it back. Yeah, you're a cartoon. That's what you said to me. You go, I'm a cartoon character. I'm going to be wearing the same thing every day. And so before we started, I Googled like who invented the women's romper.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it was invented in the early 1900s for children. Obviously, this is a children's.
You're making me love it more.
And then it evolved in women's fashion and peaked in the 1950s.
I kind of love that.
I know, but if you're wearing something that peaked in the 1950s,
I feel like that means
and
I'm
it's
cool.
2025, you might be on the downside of the peak.
What?
Because it's invented in 1900 for children. It peaks in women's fashion. It's like, oh, maybe we can wear this. This is like, silly, like 1950s style.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's 2025. Like,
so I'm wearing vintage clothes is all I'm hearing. I'm wearing vintage
for visual
cool
learners,
clothes.
if I picture like a mountain, like I feel like you're on the downside of the peak.
Well, I'll tell you this, love.
But I love you.
I'll tell you this.
And who's to talk?
I'm definitely wearing it to be fashionable and be on the peak side of fashion. I'm glad you brought that up, that you're letting me know that I'm on the downside of the peak, because the reason I'm wearing this is to be at the top of the peak of fashion.
But why? So you'll wear something and be like, yeah, I guess I wear things like they're just cozy.
No, it's not just being about being cozy. It's about, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about what shirt.
But do you
goes
think
with
about
this.
it? Do you think I look cool?
Yes.
Cool.
I don't want to have to think, does this shirt match these pants? Am I supposed to wear high-waisted pants or low-waisted pants or mid-rise? Am I supposed to wear jeans?
It can all just be one
How long
thing.
are they supposed? What's supposed to be one thing?
No, I'm saying you don't have to think about, does this match with this? Because it's
just one.
It's just a oneer.
Yeah. Oh, and guess what? You know who loves rompers now is Wesley. Because I bought him, we were putting on a bathing suit and he had like a romper bathing suit because they wanted to go in the pool. So it's like a shorts, but long sleeve, like a romper.
Yeah.
Was zipper. And so I get out, I was like, it's bathing suit. I'm going to put on your bathing suit. So I get out. He's like, oh, he's so excited. He goes, and I show it to him and he's like, I love it. He goes, but where are the pants? And I go, it is pants. He goes, that's a shirt. And I go, it's a shirt and pants. He goes, it's a shirt and pants at the same time? And I was like, yeah, baby, it's Romper. And he was,
That was a good
so
Wesley
down.
impression.
He was like so excited about it.
Uh-huh. So you have a lot in common with our 3-year-old.
Yeah, I know, because
who's in a romper now.
Yeah.
Who's potty training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you see how a romper would
Yeah, I know. You have to pee naked. Get into it.
complicate?
You have to pee and poo naked when you wear a romper.
Well, not potty training, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, he's definitely fully potty
he's
trained.
potty trained, but like assisted potty trained.
But I will say it is nothing to do with fashion. It has nothing to do with, it's the main thing about it is that I don't want to have to stress or think about what to wear, what matches what colors go with what fabrics go with what, how should it be a crop top, should it be a long sleeve shirt, should it be a short sleeve shirt, should it be tight, should it be thin, what kind of bra do I wear with this, is it going to be see-through, if these pants fit, is this flattering, like all the different combinations of clothes that you can have with shorts or pants and shirts and tops and whatever.
This doesn't seem fair.
It is so stressful to me.
Give me mine.
And it's so overwhelming. And I don't ever feel like I have anything that makes any sense or can match.
Sold.
Blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, ew, I don't want to have to think about it. So just this romper fits. It's like a generally like accepted outfit for, a mom type of woman to wear, just like a slouchy, baggy romper and just like, whatever. It's a summertime romper.
What is my version? I want this. I want this mindset. I want this kind of piece.
Boys have it. Boys, it's just boys' clothes. You can wear whatever you want. No one cares. No one cares about what boys are wearing and boys' clothes and whatever. You just look cool no matter what. Girls aren't like that. Like there's like all these rules.
No.
Do you worry about high rise, low rise, skinny jeans, baggy jeans, boot cut, flare. You don't have to think about any of these things. You just need to know the size of your waist and the length of the pant for boys.
No, but I'm saying, like, is there a boys version of a combination shirt pant?
There's boys
That's
rompers.
just
You've got one. We've had this conversation.
That's just flowy cotton.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, you know.
There's boy rompers. We've talked about this. For sure we have on the podcast. And there are boy rompers.
All right.
But you would never wear them. And you don't want to. You're good at fashion. You know how to do things.
I'm not good at you. For next up, you buy me a boy romper. I'll wear it next episode.
Okay. I'll try to find you a boy romper.
What, you do it for our son?
I think it's just overalls.
You do it for our son? You won't do it for your...
Yeah, I don't have to think about what I'm wearing, what I need to put on. And in the wintertime, it's just leggings, easy. They all look the same. They all feel the same, like the ones that I get. And then I could just wear any baggy shirt, any baggy sweatshirt, and it looks like...
Is this one new?
No, I have not bought any this season.
Okay.
They're all last season. And I buy them cheap and crap. They fall apart easily and they shrink within milliseconds of being washed. So the majority of the ones that I have, because I have a lot from over the years, and most of them I bought when I was pregnant, either with the twins or with Flynn, but they've all shrunk to be like capri. Like they're like all like mid calf for me. So I do need to.
They shrunk that way?
Yeah, they shrink. They go up. Like they shrink. The legs shrink.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I assume they shrink all around, but they're so baggy you can't tell.
That you don't notice.
You don't notice the side shrinkage.
I
usually get them in a large because I like them super baggy,
taller.
and I'm tall. I'm not tall, but like my legs are long.
You're tall.
So yeah, it's romper season, and hate it all you want, but I never have to think about when I'm getting dressed. I don't have to think about it. I just go pick a color, pick a top. The only thing I have to stress about is like, what tank top color do I want to wear with this crazy color romper? I don't have to think about anything.
Yeah, well, today I got hot pink. Tomorrow might be olive. Like who
knows, man? I do have a couple olive colored ones.
Yeah,
I do need to go through them all though and like donate the ones that are too short because like they're too short. I also have these exact rompers in shorts version, like a short version, and it's fabulous.
Those are more rare though. I feel like those don't.
They've got pockets, which is important.
Yeah, they got pockets. Yeah.
I can sit however I like. I don't have to worry about like a dress, like a summer dress where you like can't sit certain ways. Shorts are like butts are always hanging out of shorts, and I like don't want my butt hanging out of shorts. So it's like I don't have to worry about it. It's just I'm cozy, comfy.
It's kind of weird.
Good ventilation.
This is a strange thought, but like we're both human beings. We just happen to be different genders, but like we don't get to wear the same kinds of, you know.
We talking feminism?
The way they cut clothes, you know what I mean? That I'm just like, well, why can't I wear that?
You can, and you would love it.
Can I wear a dress?
You should. You certainly can.
Why can't I wear a bandeau?
Do it.
Top. Why can't you wear what I'm? You know what I mean?
I could if I wanted to.
Why can't you wear? You know.
I could. And you can.
Don't they make jeans that are like called like boyfriend jeans? And
yeah,
just
but
like
they're not the same.
Like...
They're not the same. And the only way to get jeans that are like men's jeans is to buy men's jeans, because when they make jeans for women, they make the pockets small, which is so rude. You would be appalled at how tiny the pockets are. Even in boyfriend jeans that they make for women, they're not the same. Like our pockets are like 1 inch by 1 inch. There's crap. And they also, everything for girls is just inherently smaller. And I know that girls are just, you know, genetically, typically smaller than the male figure. But it sucks when you're like buying clothes for your twins, then one's a boy and one's a girl, and it's the same exact clothes, the same exact sizes, but the girl version is more expensive and significantly smaller than the boy version. I'm like, this is just setting her up for like thinking why is my body not fitting the same as you know, the sizing of it is like lame sauce. And like also anyway, but that's a whole other topic.
Have you ever for any reason worn a suit, like a full suit?
No.
So you don't know what it feels like?
I mean, I for Halloween I did one year.
What do you mean? What were you?
I don't know. Rachel and I both wore like pinstripe, like mob. I think we're mob bosses or something. I don't know what we were. We were just like dudes in pinstripe suits, and we put on facial hair, like beards. I think I also wore one when I did a cross-dressing episode with Mamrie Hart of this. She did this like web series show, and we went to a drag show and we did drag to go to the drag show, and I don't know that I was in a suit, but I feel like I was in something suit, like maybe a.
Do you know how to tie a tie?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
That would, yeah. I'm trying to picture it. It'd be cool. I feel like I would be interested to see you in a suit.
Do you want to dress me up next week? I'll get you a romper. You give me a suit.
And I would do that.
Okay, let's do it. Next week, I'll find you a boy romper to wear, and you get me a suit or some male version of an outfit.
No, I will get you a suit for you if that's what you want.
I will never wear a suit in real life. So don't buy me a suit, like a nice suit, thinking I will wear it, because I won't wear it for real. I'd wear it like I'd wear a joke thing like for this, but I wouldn't, because I don't want to wear a suit. That's a lot. It's too many clothes. I'd get overstimulated in that.
And it's a lot.
It's too many clothes.
Imagine that ever like summer weddings and stuff.
No way.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's too much.
But you should know
My sister loves suits.
how hard that is for me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she.
Oh, yeah, she does.
She has lots of suits.
She wears suits well.
She does. She looks
Great.
really good in them. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I've worn like a woman's suit. And I don't have an interest in it. But I think it'd be fun for next week for me to get you.
I mean, like a cool. I meant like Wolf of Wall Street type suit. Like that's what.
Like a bro suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant too.
So next episode, you're full on in the suit.
It's up to you. You got to do. Just don't get an expensive one.
I'm
I'll be annoyed by
I'm
that.
literally gonna put you in one of my.
Okay, that's fine.
That.
Okay.
I was gonna buy one.
Oh, so I'm just putting you in one of mine, of my rompers?
I was gonna say you. Well, no.
This one's pretty big. This pink one.
That one looks like it could fit that chair. Like it's like yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, we're gonna go.
I feel like it was just getting interesting.
Was it? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week in a suit and a romper. Who's gonna be wearing what?
Nobody knows.
See.
Bye.
Thanks.